Club, Seth Miller, Valley Forge Road. I want to start off saying thank you very much. I really appreciate you starting this dialogue and discussion. I think it's very healthy when friends, family, town members, national, the entire stage talks about this. We need to come to a common ground. I think for our town, however, I think, in my own opinion, that we're overstepping our bounds a little bit. I don't want to ever have to go to the government and have to tell them what I'm doing in my own household. I don't think it's their right to come into my household and tell me what I'm storing in my household or how I'm taking care of whatever I have in my household. I was trained in the military to use weapons. I'm registered with the ATF. I am a gun owner, and I'm registered with the state of Connecticut. I don't think I should have to register as well with the town of Weston. On top of that, I think it's very laudable that we want to ensure the health, safety, welfare of our family, of our town, of our citizens, and especially of our children. If we want to do that, the ordinance that we're talking about here, why don't we talk about the issues at hand, which is exactly the safety of our children? Why doesn't the town act with haste to get armed police officers, armed response, give the chief the money that he needs, if that's what we think is the safety, is to have an armed police force and give him the money that he can get more people. I've heard other talk that maybe the school board is talking about putting unarmed security in the school. I don't see how that would be the proper answer. When it comes to storage, I think having proper storage is a great idea. Military weapons, perhaps we shouldn't have them, but I don't think it's this time right to open this up to lawsuits, which is exactly what I think would happen. I'd rather see that money go towards the police.
How about
several times here. The Board of Selectmen has been working very closely with the Board of Education, Board of Finance, and the Police Commission to make sure that we do everything in our power to protect the safety of our children. And in fact, the Board of Education did hold a meeting to discuss safety and security, which they invited us to this past week. It will be an ongoing discussion. Yes, the police chief did ask for extra officers in his budget. It will be something that's brought forward to the Board of Selectmen. And you're absolutely right, though. It has to be in concert with what's best for the schools, and that's a conversation that has to happen with the Board of Education.
One other quick comment. It was also mentioned at the very beginning that gun use, suicide, and domestic violence was a very big concern as a reason why we're advancing this agenda forward. I see nothing in the new document, the new agenda that addresses domestic violence and gun use. If we want to advance the agenda that we're advancing here, why don't you address the issues that you bring up at the beginning?
Make a comment?
I've done a little study of some of these things, and I've seen two.
Don? I know we all know you, but for the record, can you state your name and address?
Donald. Many of these shooters appear to be on some kind of psychotropic drugs. The other thing I'd like to say is this country is coming up in the spring for a vote on the small arms treaty ban. And although, not to disparage anything about what's happened, but are there people that would parlay, create a situation and play it up for political ends, and even if it results in the death of people? Yes, I think there are those individuals, and I think that that ban and the UN aspects is something that we should investigate and think about as a people. We've been whipped up into thinking about something here, and it's certainly true, but let's put it in perspective and look behind the scenes and see what else might be driving this.
Thank you.
Rob Simmons, 185 Good Hill Road. I didn't plan on speaking tonight, but I also didn't want to be a free rider since I'm here and have an opinion. A lot of good points have been made. I just want to say I generally agree that I think the town is overstepping its bounds, and that this issue should be left to the state and federal level. It's an issue about our constitutional rights.
Hi, Harvey Bellin, Maple Street in Weston. It's a lot of partisanship going on in our nation on all kinds of issues, particularly as relates to firearms. Now, Mark Harper spoke previously. For those of you who've lived here for a long time, Mark and I have been carrying on a 20-year battle. Is that not true? And the interesting thing is, at the end of each round, we always end up with the same conclusions. And I want to compliment Mark on what he said. I think that when we talk about bipartisanship, you guys are terrific. You guys have really shown it doesn't matter what party you're from. And I would like to remind everybody in this room who is a Weston resident, there's an election this year, 2 more years for all 3 of you. Thank you.
Comment or statement? Any more Weston residents? Okay. Mr. Frisch.
I think you'll all be able to hear me. I'm Richard Frisch. I live on September Lane. And I broadcast all the Board of Selectmen meetings and the Board of Education meetings, and I don't think I've ever seen more than a fraction of you at any of those meetings. So I want to encourage you to have some more civic spirit and come out on other issues besides this one. Because to be honest with you, I think there's a lot of other things that are discussed at the Board of Selectmen and certainly the Board of Ed, other than this gun control thing, that have more moment to your lives, and you're ignorant of it because you're not there. So please, come to the meetings.